tonight reviewing Harbour Brewing. It's their Beach Break American Pale Ale, 4%, so quite a low one. Might have to top it up with something later, as you do, you know. So let's pour this puppy out. The worst stomach ache as well. Oh, the email klaxon's just gone off. Good evening. I'm a bit later than I should have been. I had to do an emergency toilet situation. I don't know what I've had today, but it's not agreeing with me, whatever it is. Not that you really need to know that. Yeah, I was doing the good evening. I was doing the review and no one's talking. Yeah, no, yeah, you don't want to know. No one's talking. And I'm looking and thinking, well, good evening. And I thought to myself, what's going on here then? And I looked and I thought, well, maybe everyone's gone. So I just did the review, and then someone's messaged me to say that you obviously didn't get the messages, and I didn't. There was for about 10 minutes there was nothing at all. So yeah, Harbour Brewing looks a bit hazy. This one does. It's in date. I've just checked. 4%. Not much of a head on it either. Subtle aroma, real subtle. Good day actually, apart from the fact that the about 10 minutes ago. But as for sending me a beer, if you send me an email, if you look on most of my videos, oh bloody hell. Oh, I'll have a look. I'll try and get the messages. Bloody Instagram. I really do struggle with that with messages. And sometimes I do on Facebook as well. But yeah, on my videos, on previous videos, you'll see my email address at the bottom of the video on YouTube itself. And if you look there, then click on that, and then, you know, that's the best way. Because obviously, you'd never give your address online. Good evening. So yeah, I've had this for a while. I think I got it from either Morrison's or Asda. It's definitely one of the two. Good evening. So, not much of a nose on it at all. Really not much of a nose. Unless I've got a blocked up nose all of a sudden, which I hope I haven't, but that'd be good. Good evening. No, only just started 3 minutes ago. I've only just got around to sipping this. It's a little bit on the muted side. Not much to it at the moment. I've just reviewed a Morrison cider though, so I'll let it get into my taste buds first. Let's hope not, eh? Good evening. No, my taste buds are fine. Yeah. A hint of bitiness there. Not much to it at the moment. I've just had some cider and that tasted perfect of apple. It wasn't the most interesting cider in the world, but yeah, it's Morrison cider. I've just reviewed that, and 99p beer sale. Ooh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's this one, the Morrisons. Yeah, as for YouTube, yeah, I mean, all of a sudden they're sending notifications again. I even got an email myself, which was nice. Nice to be told, you know. So yeah, hazy pour. The nose is there's nothing on the nose, which is unlike Harbour Brewing. Do make some good beers, so it's unlike them not to have a decent nose on it. Mythos aren't too bad, to be fair. Bless you. It's 4%, this is. Right. Tasting notes. Aroma is citrus and lemon rind. Yes, I've seen it this morning. St. Peter's have got a new owner. And I must have a look on their page because the owners posted something. Yeah, the founders sold it. So he's obviously got to a certain age and, obviously wants to live the rest of his life. But let's hope they don't muck it up. Yeah, it's definitely sold. They've got a new CEO this morning. So yeah, on the aroma, citrus and lemon rind. On the palate, zesty orange peel and grapefruit. The finish is balanced and mouth-watering. Yeah. I'm not getting any of it at the moment. It does say some private investors, so let's hope they don't knacker it up. Because St. Peter's is a good brewery. They make some very good traditional beers. Good evening. Right, the taste is starting to come through now. I'm glad that Heineken are updating it. I know, the plum porter's gorgeous. You'll love the Ruby St. Peter's kit. For me, the Honey Porter kit is amazing. Oh, I might have to check that then. Might have to get the wife to go to Aldi tomorrow night and see what's crack-a-lacking. Good evening. $14 different beers. Right. Oof. As luck would have it, I've got some petty cash upstairs, so I might have to go to Aldi's tomorrow night and just see what they've got. Hopefully it's something decent. You don't want all the shit, do you? You want some nice beers. Even if it is 99 pence a beer. I mean, it's good that Aldi are helping out. And for me, with the pubs being shut, it's a great way, really. Yeah. They could sell it for people who are constipated. Be the cure. Yeah. One, you'd be drunk, and two, you'd know where the toilet was. Sadly, I know myself as well, so not going down that route. So they're not in Aldi tonight then, it's definitely tomorrow. Right, that's interesting. Definitely getting a bit of grapefruit then. Thankfully it's dry here. Yeah, it is dry. For once. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow though, so I'm jet washing tomorrow. With my waterproofs on, my wellies on, jet washing patios. All good fun. Thank God you only do it once a year. So still getting no aroma from this. Yes, my B&M had both. I'd already reviewed the Irish Foreign Extra, so I didn't want to review it again. Plus, it was about £3 for the bottle, if memory serves me correctly. But as for the Nigerian, that was nice. And if you try both of them together, that'll be very interesting. That's the problem with salt. You put salt down on your paths, eats your concrete away. 600ml Nigerian one as well. Oh, bless you. Our local B&M only had the one, the small bottle. I'd have liked the bigger bottle. That'd have been nice. That'd have been nice to drink. So if all of a sudden there's no comments, I know that it's actually YouTube messing about, then they actually everyone not stop talking. Yeah, I think the Nigerian. I mean, I tasted it, but you can remember vaguely at least. And I thought the Nigerian had a bit more bite to it. You know, had a bit more to it than the Irish version. Good evening. I think it's a good thing, you know, if you can afford to do it, get two of the bottles and And obviously, if you can do it side by side and just taste one, taste the other, and see what's going on. I've done it before. I've done a head-to-head with Titanic's Plum Porter and St. Peter's Plum Porter. I actually reviewed. I got a bottle of each, half a bottle, did a review of each, and then I did a Battle of the Plum Porters review. And not that many people watched it because that was only in the channel. Do you mean Baltika, the Russian lager? I've reviewed that before a couple of times. Yes. Yeah, I did a Morrison cider review. And I've also been to Own Bargains and picked up 5 new beers. So both of them, the videos, will come online a bit later. I did the cider review, then I had to run up the house, unfortunately. Yeah, Baltica 7. I actually like Baltica 7, to be honest. It's not bad. It's not a bad lager, really. I need to get to some of these random shops that are about in Nottingham and try and pick up some, totally random lagers and beers, that you can't get normally. The only problem with that is nobody else can get them either, so it's a bit awkward. Yeah, Own Bargains, B&M. I think most of the big supermarkets do sell it, actually. Baltica. Yes, the video will be going up in a bit after this finishes. Baltica Porter. Never seen that. I only know about number 7. Ooh. Funnily you should say about the wine. Tonight, when I go up the house, I'm taking the barrel up the house. And I'm going to sterilise the barrel. Find the tube that goes with it. Hopefully the tube's in the bloody barrel. And I'm going to transfer it to the barrel. I've only seen number 7 as well. I've never seen a porter. But yeah, I'm going to transfer the Amarone into the barrel tonight. But I'll do a taster review up the house later. Might even do a live review. Depends if the wife falls to sleep early. I might be able to sneak a quick review in. Although what I'll tell her I'm doing. No, there's a lot of brands that come and go. A lot of brands you don't see. I mean, my wife loves vodka mud shake, and we used to drink it loads. It's like an alcoholic milkshake. And it's so easy to drink. 4%. You could drink pints of the stuff. And you can't get it here, but it's still available in New Zealand and Canada. And which is sad, really, because it was decent as well. It was quite refreshing. But, obviously being milkshake, fucking easy to drink. They are 4 quality beers. Labatt's, yeah, I remember Labatt's as well, yeah. I don't think I've ever drank one, but I remember it. If I have drank it, I've drank it in a pub. Yeah, I've not done no orders. I bought a few beers today, 5 beers today, but I've done no substantial ordering since before Christmas. And no, it's been a while, hasn't it? Labatt's Canadian. I thought it was a Canadian lager. I might be wrong. Right. Bloody hell, I need to go in some of these Eastern European shops. It could be an apps. They did sponsor Forest at one stage, yeah. Oof. Must be raining hard there then. Yeah, I need to start frequenting some of these Eastern European shops, because it could be a gold mine for new beers to review and try. I mean, there's a shop opened up not far away from us, and they've got I think it's Polish craft beer on tap. what I do, because trying to siphon the tube into a bottle is an absolute bastard. You waste more beer than a little. I siphon into a barrel first. Oh, I don't want no more fucking snow. It's awful. Yeah, I siphon into a barrel and then I pour it into the bottle from the barrel. Much easier. 24 craft beers for 24 quid. That is a good order. Yeah, you can't fault that, can you? Pound of bottles. You know, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, low cost are pretty decent actually. They're on delivery times. Old Wagon Wheel IPA. That's different. Finally, the taste is starting to come through. The aroma is still very, very muted. Not much aroma at all. But the taste, what was the taste? Supposed to be zesty orange, peel and grapefruit. I'm definitely getting the grapefruit, but yeah, that's good customer service, isn't it? And in this day and age, customer service means everything. If I go into a shop and they're rude, there's no chance I'm going in there again, whether I like it or not. 4%, so very, very low ABV. I didn't realise it was 4% until I started pouring it out, and I'd already started the review, and I'm thinking, 4%? But then again, at some stage, I've got to drink all the low ABVs so I can restock and get some nice new stronger beers. So you can't win them all, can you? You know, you can't drink 10% every night. More's the pity. Tesco's, right. Might be Tesco's where I got it from then. I thought it was either Asda or Morrison's, but yeah. Then I suppose depending on what part of the country you're in as well makes a difference, because if you're near to where they are, this is a Cornwall-based company, so if you're near to them, then you might see it a bit more easily. Which is why when yeah, get the wine down a bit. If I knew I was having a party, I'd brew some decent beers. I have actually got a tube with a little tap on. Oh, you mean an actual tap on the fermentation bucket? Yeah, I've seen them. A friend of mine's actually got one. That's another way of doing it. That saves actually doing it to the barrel next. Yeah. Me, I got mine from Wilko's. Be very careful. Try and go for a 30 litre. If you was going to go into homebrew, go for a 30 litre tub. Don't go for a 25, because say you do a 23 litre or 24 litre brew, you need headspace for the wort or whatever it's called, and the bubbly stuff, and you need some headspace. Otherwise, that will piss out the top of it. If you've only got a 25 litre, it's going to piss out the top, which has happened to me a few times, so I know. Yes, all over the floor in the dining room, all over the shed once. Yeah, I've never ever seen that one. Good evening. Yeah, it's a new one to me. So many beers out there, isn't there? You know, it's for adults, well, and kids alike, I suppose. It's yeah, them ones don't come with the hole for the. You can get some fermentation buckets. My mate did. He got one with the tap already on. So you're laughing, aren't you? Because you do your brew, you got your tap on, do the tap straight into the bottle, and then when you start getting to the, obviously the sediment at the bottom, You know, you just be very careful. Tip it to one side and just get it and stop it just before the sediment starts to hit. Thankfully, the sediment's heavier than the beer. And, you know, I mean, I've had some with sediment and it's okay. You know, don't bother me, but it don't look as nice. So I bought some Wilco's fermentation vessels, and they don't have the flipping hole in the top. Get some emails to that. Yeah, they ain't got the hole in the top. I had to drill a bleeding hole in. I had a bit of CO2. I had a bit of sugar when bottling. But there's the thing, you know, if you had too much sugar, when you come to open the bottle, fucking hell. And I've had it at Brew Firm. I've had their cherry beer kit. And you know how you are, you try and ramp up the ABV, so you get a bit overzealous. Put a bit too much sugar in. All in the name of putting the ABV up. And you open these bottles, it takes 20 minutes to open the flipping bottle, because all you're getting is the foam, and you see all the sediment in the bottle, it just bubbles up. It depends on what you're brewing, really. Or as for what in each bottle, usually about a teaspoon of sugar in each bottle these days. Yeah, if it's a litre bottle, teaspoon, 2 litre bottle, 2 teaspoons. And I missed the comments then, so let me just back on. What I'm going to do with one of the next kit I brew, when I've actually, when these pennies come through off the internet, I'm going to put 2 kits together, brew them 24 litres, ramp up the sugar, champagne yeast, and then see how it comes out, you know, see how strong it comes out. I'll take a reading beforehand and then use the calculator that was sent to me the other night to try and work out the ABV. And once I've worked it out once, I'll know exactly what I'm doing. And I did read something once, and I got it, and I thought, oh, sod that, I can't be asked to read all that. Just being lazy, as you do sometimes. Well, the good thing is I've had no recurrence of my stomach ache. Yeah, and that's why using an hydrometer is a good thing. At least if you stick it in and it actually says time for bottling, you've done it. You know you're right. Yes, in a way, anyway. At least when I actually do my next brew, I'm gonna use that. I want to do. There's 2 brews that are on my to-do list. Well, there's several brews, but obviously there's only so many you can do. I want to do an imperial ginger beer, and I also want to do an imperial butterscotch stout. And cheers. And just to see, I can get the stout. I'm going to use 2 simply stout kits. Good evening. Bless you. It'll come down here. I've got plenty. 2 stout kits together, and again, I'm going to use a champagne yeast, 6 bags of sugar. So I'm going to ramp that bloody ABV up. But the champagne yeast should help to ferment it. And then at the secondary fermentation, I'm going to put a litre of butterscotch into it at the secondary fermentation. Well, you see Buttermuch here, that's brewed by Lincoln Green Brewing. And what they do, they actually buy the butterscotch flavouring that my wife gets from the cake shop. They actually add that to make Buttermuch. So I'm thinking, okay, so you're doing it that way. If I get a litre of that, put it in a brew after it's already, you know, the secondary fermentation side of things, before I bottle it, I'll retain all the butterscotch, and it might even secondary ferment a bit more, the sugars out as well. But with all that sugar, 2 kits in one. So you're looking at about, I don't know, say 12 quid a kit, 24 quid. You're looking at about 4 quid for the sugar, say 6 bags. My wife gets some from Sweet Success, and that is, you can get vanilla and butterscotch in a 1 litre flavour. Sadly, you can't get plum, otherwise I'd have gone down the plum route. And so 2 kits, 6 bags of sugar, champagne yeast, and the butterscotch. I'm looking at least 40 quid. But if it turns out right, I'll have something close to an imperial butterscotch stout, and that's doing it the cheap way, you know, not doing it like the proper brewers would. That I'm not sure about, the sugar side of things. I mean, playing around with these kits, if it's a good kit, playing around with the kits, it's an amazing thing to do, isn't it? Especially if you get it right. If you fuck it up, then obviously, it's going to be, you'd have wasted, I don't know, 16 to 20 quid or whatever. But if you win, then bloody hell, a strong kit. I know. But I also fancy doing the same with the ginger beer as well. 2 ginger beer kits, 6 bags of sugar, champagne yeast, and then also mashing some ginger root, boiling it and adding it to the secondary fermentation just to get a bit of fire. And maybe chucking the odd chili in as well, so it really enhances that fiery element. Will it work? God knows. You've got to be, with any of them experiments, I mean, juice wine experiments are one thing. You're looking at about a tenner in total, or probably less if you go for less sugar and less, juice. But for something like that, where you're mixing 2 kits together, it can be expensive. And if you mess it up, then you pour all that's going down the drain. But I've read people on here doing it. They've mixed kits, so it's worth a chance, isn't it? I mean, if you've got all the grain father and all the micro brewery gear, then you can do the graining stuff. But good evening. But for the majority of us that are doing it, trying to do it the cheaper way, it's an interesting thing to put 2 kits together. Yeah, because obviously chili is going to give you the fire, isn't it? And I think ginger, chili. An online ABV calculator. Oh, that might be the best for me then. I think brain cells have died over the last 20 odd years since I left school. Actually 30 years, isn't it? Yeah, fucking hell. You forget at times, don't you, how old you are until you look in the mirror and you think to yourself, what the fuck's that great? Right, now I've left it a while, I'm definitely getting the grapefruit, and I'm definitely getting that hint of orange, the zest. But still, no nose whatsoever. No, I need to do that actually. Yeah. Problem is, there's lots of things that you think to do in a day, and then when it gets to this time of night, you have a drink and it's all gone out the window because you get drunk, or you have too many. I had a couple of beers last night when I went up the house, and I paid for it in the morning. Oh, I was all right driving, I was totally sober, but my bloody stomach wasn't. All that homebrew yeast, it's good for getting rid of stuff. That's all I'll say. So probably the weakest of all the Harbour brewings that I've ever tried. Are they 1 litre then for the flavourings? Yeah. Some homebrew last night. Oh, the Imperial Stout's absolutely gorgeous. It's matured beautiful. Fucking hell, that's definitely up my street then. Yeah, I can't be done with all the math. I mean, I used to be brilliant at maths, but these days I think, oh, I can't be arsed messing about doing this and that. So yeah. 28.5 mils, right. The ones that, I mean, that where my wife gets it from, Sweet Success, they sell them in 1 litre. Yeah, so that's quite decent, especially if you're making a brew. Because if you want an element in there, I probably will do at some stage before I actually drink it all. I mean, I've got some lager that I made last June or July, and to be honest, that's ready for a re-review. And I don't mind re-reviewing the the homebrew stuff, just to see how it goes. That was on Sweet Success. Oh. Yeah, they do butterscotch and vanilla at 1 litre. This is probably my second. I don't know. Probably, being honest, it depends. Because when you go up the house, sometimes you're like, if I can't sleep, I'll need to go downstairs. But like yesterday, probably 3 pints. Today, this is the second drink that I've had. One was at the Morrison cider was 5%. This is 4. Oh yeah, I've tried making spirits. Yeah, very easy. It's a world. Spirits once you've got the kit, it's a very easy world to get into. Although it's a very easy world to get yourself pissed and drinking too much, especially if you've got mental health problems. I think if you're drinking, I don't know, say 10 or 12 cans a night, that's an issue. If you're waking up in the morning and the first thing you need to do is hit the beer or the spirits, that's a bloody issue. I mean, the government say don't drink more. Good evening. The government say don't have more than 2 to 3 units. But we're all very different. Some of us can drink much more. As far as I know, they're still the same concentrate, the 1 litre ones. It's just that because of the flavour, they sell that in 1 litre. Ah. Yeah, I definitely want to do some more interesting brews this year. Once I've got rid of the stuff I've got, I mean, I've still got quite a bit of the American oak aged rum ale, and I've still got quite a bit of the Barola. Bless you. I've had the same. I've been digging turf up all day. I'm making a big new flower bed at the Newark site. So I've been digging a flower bed up, and so I've had to dig all the bloody grass up. A pinter machine. Never heard of that. Although I keep getting adverts on Facebook for different machines that are out there. I suppose they all do the same sort of thing, really. Oh, new homebrew system. Ooh, I'll have to check that out, if I remember at least. See, near to me, I use Creative Winemaking in Ilkeston. I do use Love Brewing, and I have in the past used Homebrew Online and Ballyhoo. I've used them before as well. I used Ballyhoo to get some essences, spirit essences, because they had a load on sale, and the postage and packaging was cheap as chips. So I got a load of essences for 69p. I mean, half of them were shit anyway, but to be honest, but totally random essences like aquavit, and things like that. Some I think they were Swedish essences, and they were so strange. Yeah, I need to have a look at what's out there and say to the wife, if she wants to buy me it for my birthday, you know, that's what you can buy me. Saves me trying to buy it, you know. I mean, she did buy me an air still, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, and yeah, that's all right, you know. It's I'd like to go more down the grain brewing route, but do it cheaply. You know, I don't want to be spending silly money. What is a corny keg? Because I totally forgot. Yeah, it's looking at the price of postage and packaging. It all makes a difference, doesn't it, with all these places? I mean, none of us want to be robbed. I used to use eBay, and sometimes eBay, you know, if it's one-offs, say it's like a damaged ginger beer kit, eBay can be good for some things. Good evening. Oh. Well, the flavour was there towards the end. Not the best of beers from Harbour Brewing. Bargain Booze. We had a great Bargain Booze near us, and it's closed down. And I used to get some fantastic random beers. Ah. Oh. Might have to have a look into one of them. It's on my to-do list. Right, that's interesting. I will have to have a look at that. Tap the wife up and get her to buy me one for my birthday. Only June, not too far away. I've got to pay for her birthday first though, so that's the killer. And hopefully by June we should be able to go back in pubs again. You'd hope. I know the kids aren't going March the 8th at the earliest, and I still can't see pubs being open before at least April. And you know, you just wonder how many will survive. I know, 50 this year. Fucking hell. 50. It depresses me being 49. Being 50 just fucking hell. It's like 5-0. What's that about? Don't feel it though. Yeah. And I don't act 50. Not by a long way. Good evening. Oh, bless you, the red wine. I'm actually going to, I've actually got to do a red wine review tonight when I barrel up the Aroma kit that I've got. But yeah, no work tomorrow. That'll be me tomorrow night. Because, yeah, tomorrow night I'll be doing the same. On a 4-day week at the moment. Hopefully a 3-day week soon. Oof. First pub may be the Robin Hood and Little John in Arnold. I'll have some pint of one of their Lincoln Greens. I definitely want to ramp up the kits that I do. I definitely want to get that ABV ramped up. If I'm going to spend the money, I want to go as far as I can to really, you know, crank it up. If I'm going to spend 45 quid on all the ingredients to make a butterscotch imperial, then I want to do that. 5.9, £5.90 for a kilo. Pricey kilo, but yeah. I mean, for me, I want to experiment with beers. Try and obviously I haven't got the capability to buy all the grain stuff and that. And I've been reading some posts today on local breweries, a brewery group, and some of the stuff they do, it's like fucking hell. It's another world, temperature controlled and all this. And I'm thinking, okay, now I just want to put the stuff in the bucket and forget it for 2 weeks, and just go in every now and again, make sure it's bubbling up, and jobs are good. And yeah, I do like home brewing. I do, especially if it brews. Luckily, I've only had one brew go off. That was an Irish stout years ago, and it was rancid, so I had to chuck the whole lot. And I've had a couple of ginger beer brews. It does, yeah. I tried to brew some in the shed, and then the temperature dropped. I had to take the beer and the wine to the house, but I think it already did the damage. These you mean? Abby. Oh, that one. Yeah. I get you now. Yes, might have to review that tomorrow. I do want to chop and change some of the beer reviews. I'm trying not to review anything I've reviewed in the last... Yeah, I've seen it now. The Irish craft beer. Yeah, there's lots of... I've got a fridge. I've got a fridge in here if I need a fridge. So... that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get 2 kits, but I'm also going to higher the sugar, more yeast, and then obviously add that butterscotch to it. See how it goes. See if it's. A heating belt might be the thing for me to do as well, just so as I know it's bubbling away at the optimum. Because obviously, once it's brewed, jobs are good, and it's when it goes cold that obviously then it can add problems to it. Although in this beer room in the middle of summer, I can brew, and because of the heat, flipping heck, stuff will brew in a few days, 2 or 3 days, because you'll come in the shed and it's like an explosion of bloody crap all over the place because of the temperature. Yeah, my next brew is going to be a 2-kit special, definitely. So, 43 minutes in, I've got to cook dinner. For me, very subtle nose. I eventually got grapefruit and zest in it. And probably the weakest of the Harbour beers that I've tasted. No steak tonight. I'm having pork loin medallions with a potato definoise and a pepper sauce. Yeah, no, we ain't got no steak in. I'm steakless in Seattle. Oh God, I've made loads of homebrew ginger beer. Beautiful. Simply Ginger Beer kit is the best you'll ever find. Yeah, no steak tonight. So I'm on the cheap stuff. For me, yeah, it didn't hit the spot, this one. It didn't look great yeah, it didn't look great when it was poured as well. So sadly, not the best of the Harbours that I've tasted. Albeit, by the time I got to the end of the bottle, it was tasting okay. So maybe the cider that I reviewed before hampered the taste buds. And for me, out of 5, oof. Richmond sausage, jobs are good. Out of 5, with no aroma. Our heating is about 20 degrees or more. Oh, I love black pudding. For me, definitely about a 4.0 out of 5. Yeah, didn't hit the spot tonight, sadly. I do like Harbour Brewing, some good beers, but yeah, not tonight. And that's it for this beer review. I better go back up the arse before I get a bollocking. Yeah, it's funny. It's hard, isn't it, with scores? It was okay, let's be fair, but the aroma was non-existent, and the taste took so long to kick in. Not the greatest of the Harbours, and I've lots of Harbours. Right, I got the ass. Thank you everyone for commenting. At least tonight I've seen the comments all the way to the end. I thought to myself, fucking hell, no one's talking. And I'm there and I'm thinking, I better just crack on with the review then. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Stay safe.